In a story we broke exclusively in our first segment, the NBA season tips off tonight on TNT at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're pleased to welcome back to the program the man who was our first guest 17 years ago tomorrow.
Very first guest.
Our friend TNT NBA analyst, the very svelte Charles Barkley. Chuck, let's start with this. The season hasn't started. Already people are handing another title to the Warriors. Do you see anything that could derail Golden State?
I think realistically, the only team can beat them is the Boston Celtics. The Celtics are loaded. Now, they got to make it work because they have an overabundance of talent. But on paper, because I think the Rockets took a step back. The Rockets took a step back, losing Luke and Trevor. But on paper, now it's just on paper, the Celtics got more talent. They got more talent than the Golden State Warriors.
How about that,
Whoa.
Tony?
Whoa. I don't know about that.
I like it.
I don't know about that.
All right, speaking of making it work, it's unclear when DeMarcus Cousins will play, Charles, but when you finally see him back on the court again and with a new team, with this team, what do you expect from him?
Well, I think I'm expect great things from DeMarcus because listen, Mike, he got a lot of money at stake. He's got to prove people that he's healthy and gonna play well. I mean, we're talking a couple $100 million. If he plays very well, I mean, before he blew out his Achilles, he was gonna get $200 million. So he got a lot of pressure, number one, to buy into what the Warriors are trying to do, but to play well also. He got more to lose on that, more to gain on that team than anybody else.
Let's look down the state a little bit to the Lakers, Charles. Predictions for them and what they're going to do are all over the place.
50.
Wait a minute. Tony's got them winning 50. I think they're going to finish 4th or 5th. Some people think they won't make the playoffs. Where are you on the Lakers and what you think they'll do this season?
Well, I think they're a 5, 6, 7 seed. I don't think they will win 50 games. I think it's going to be a tough sledding for them all year because the West is loaded. Now, the Warriors are the best team. I got a sleeper for you, Mike.
Okay.
The Denver Nuggets.
Ooh.
The Denver Nuggets are going to surprise people in the Western Conference this year. But also, you got the Spurs who are going to be good. Oklahoma City is going to be good. The Rockets are going to be good also. Portland's going to be pretty good.
Utah?
It's Utah, New Orleans. In my opinion, Anthony Davis is the second best player in the world. All those games are going to be hard for the Lakers. So the Lakers are going to be a lower seed, and I think they're going to have a long season.
We've gone all this time, happily for Tony, without mentioning Minnesota and Jimmy Butler. I am openly a fan of Jimmy Butler, and I want him to stay in Minnesota, but forget about what I think, Charles. How do you feel about the way Jimmy's handled these last few weeks?
Well, Jimmy can start packing, Mike. He's not going to be in Minnesota. Hey, Jimmy should be packing as we speak. Listen, Jimmy Butler is a heck of a player, but the Minnesota Timberwolves, they decided to pay Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins. They're not going to play 3 max guys. Jimmy Butler is a hell of a player, but he can start packing as we speak.
Okay, let's go to the East because it is the Celtics against the Sixers tonight, and Markelle Fultz is in the middle of this because he's going to start, right? He's going to start at point guard. He couldn't even play last year. It wasn't good enough to play. If you were his teammate, and you've been in Philadelphia, if you were the teammate of Markelle Fultz, how much patience would you have with him?
Well, I think you got to be somewhat patient because you have to really look at this as his rookie year. This is his rookie year. He really didn't play at all last year. The problem he's got, all the pressure's on him because the Sixers are only going to go as far as he can help them get. Listen, Ben is terrific. Joel, Saric, I love Covington and Chandler. But if they don't get guard play from Markelle Fultz, they're not going to be able to compete with the Toronto Raptors and the Boston Celtics. There's 3 big teams in the East. Y'all better quit sleeping on the Toronto Raptors.
All right, so we'll get you out of here on this. A very quick prediction. If I heard you right, I think you're saying Golden State and Boston will be in the finals.
Golden State and Boston will be in the finals.
Thank you so much,
Charles,
Chuck. Always
thank you
a
as
pleasure.
always. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys. Have a great season also.